We're here with Niels Teunig from Alinghi Red Bull Racing. So today you and 3 other cyclists jumped on the boat for the last hour of sailing, a full power group rotation. Which pod did you jump into?
So yeah, like you said, we jumped on the board for the second part of the day to have fresh leg for the racing and to simulate a bit what it's going to be like during the cup. So it's always nice to simulate what you can before we get to the actual racing, and yeah, today was one of those days.
And which pod did you jump into?
I was on the starboard aft position.
How does the team determine the position of the cyclists and which pod you go into?
It's kind of like rotation, so we try to test the different configurations. So depending on the day, you might be on starboard or on port or in the front or in the back position.
And how does the team decide when's the right time to rotate the cyclists?
It's been a bit of experience, so after a while you realize that that's fresh as when you started. So that's the time when you want to change the cyclers to make sure that the boat is sailing on optimal conditions.
And Nico Rolla was back in the power group today. You've both got a strong sailing background. Are you controlling any functions on the sailing side of things other than just pedaling?
So Nico was back today on the boats, and yeah, it's all part of trying all different configurations, and yeah, we try to help the helmsmen and the trimmers as much as we can. So yeah, if we see something we can help with, we'll do it. But otherwise, it's just a lot of pedaling and maybe helping when we can. So
you've got controls accessible in your pod?
We have some controls, but they are mainly for the the power. So like what we see on our tablets, and yeah, to get the most feedback from the boat and try to give feedback to the trimmers and drivers.
Are you pedaling non-stop when sailing?
Yeah, it feels like we're pedaling non-stop for sure. It's a very hard day in the office. Every day we're out on the water, and yeah, it's hard, and there's a few breaks here and there, but it's mainly pedaling all the time.
There's a clear weight difference between the cyclists and the power group. Is that considered in your positioning on the boat?
So yeah, I mean, obviously the heavier you are, the more watts you can produce. So it's a clear message. If you're heavier, you can produce more watts. So we try to make the trimmers and drivers lighter and the cyclists heavier. So
on a strong wind day, we're more likely to see the heavier cyclists on the boat rather than the lighter ones.
The difference between all cyclers is quite thin because of the rules, so it's not that big of a gain to have the heavy cyclers or the light cyclers.
Niels, thank you so much for your time.
Thank you.